There must be adjustments to the appraisal formula at lower levels of the spectrum to correct overassessment. While state law provides guidance in how to determine the value, the city must take into account circumstances which impact the assessment. All studies and findings will be reviewed by my administration. We will look to organizations such as the Coalition for Property Tax Justice for input and to work with City Council to enact appropriate measures to ensure assessment problems are corrected and that Detroiters are able to retain home ownership and build generational wealth in our community. I am sympathetic because people lost homes, yet the current state of the city's finances dictate that we find an alternative way to compensate for the folk who lost their homes, who are now renting those same homes to regain ownership. This includes providing incentives to the current owners to transfer ownership of the property back to the person who lost the home. In addition, we would expand the existing Make It Home program through strategic use of existing land bank properties and single-family homes owned by institutions into home ownership properties. We would work to form partnerships with philanthropic organizations that have demonstrated a commitment to stabilize ownership and neighborhoods in concert with like-minded banks. The ability to maintain ownership is crucial to stabilizing our city. The city must be involved in foreclosure prevention at the beginning of the delinquent tax process. I would be in constant communication and coordination with Treasurer Shabir so that all available tools are used to provide for moratoriums against foreclosures for all reasons legally available to him, including those that benefit Detroiters in homes valued less than $50,000 or any that may be overassessed. I will hold my staff accountable for complying with the law to ensure that the required study is produced on time and publicly available. Accountability and transparency are key to restoring trust with the community. Yes, standards exist to determine the fairness of evaluations. We will work with subject matter experts and stakeholders to establish reliable, consistent, and industry-accepted criteria. Yes, we will schedule community outreach meetings and door-to-door communication during critical periods to provide advice and assistance on the assessment procedures and appeal processes. We will also use text messaging. We will also use digital outreach and the inclusion of notices in other mailings done by the city, like in water bills, as additional ways to communicate the accessibility of programs to assist taxpayers to maintain ownership. Yes, a Kinloch administration will focus on neighborhood improvement and quality of life issues such as safety, preventing illegal dumping, improper storage of vehicles like boats and abandoned cars, and providing resources to keep families in this city. I would focus on providing assistance to those in vulnerable housing by increasing enforcement of code violations by landlords, while providing incentives for owners of substandard properties to improve the quality of housing they rent through tax incentives and abatements.